Minecrafters, this is Kimise. How are you guys doing? Well, I've got some exciting stuff to tell you. Earlier this week, instead of another snapshot, we got a pre-release. Oh yeah, and that means big things for what we're getting ready to do for this week. So, guys, I'm just going to announce it right here. This is the last episode of Season 1. So, let's take a look and let's take a stock. We're going to do a quick run around and look and see what everybody's done and walk you through a quick history of this first year, this first season of KimiseCraft, and all the exciting things that happened. Okay, guys? So, let's go ahead and launch right off. So, first off, whoa, I can't, get flying. Okay, first off, we started last summer, really just we're almost at a full year here in about another month. And we had a great time starting off this new seed. I remember back in the beginning, we had our spawn point right over here where my starter house was. And this is where everybody spawned in. This is the spawn area. Sometimes new people when they came to play, they'd actually start right inside the house. And this was all clear. I think I died 3 or 4 times over here. Once by a creeper, once by, some zombies and stuff. So it was hilarious, the first episode. And so this is where it all started, was right here. Well, first thing we did is, everybody's seen it downstairs. Is we have my first branch mine in which I got my first diamonds. In fact, we first started everything down here, and I even decorated to begin with. Of course, I should have continued the decorations. I think it would have looked fine, but anyways, it's okay. And knock this area up and turn this into our first branch mine, and that's where it all started. We got our first taste of the new water mechanics with the bubbles by putting a little elevator right in here to get us back up to the top. Wasn't even that hard to do. It was pretty fantastic. Neat things to go. And so that's where everything started. Then we went ahead and built our starter house here. And we used some of the new blocks we got, the stripped oak logs and such, to go ahead and begin it. And that's the adventure. We made a great little barn to start off of. First we made our first food source, which was our chicken. And it's still there, cooking along strong and everything. And we decorated it, and that was like the second biggest structure. So we had these 2 great structures, a place to keep our chicken, a place to lay our head, and then basically off to the races it was from there. That's when we started seeing other people join the server. Trunks joined the server, and he started working on his castle, or his keep, which is right up there, which is just absolutely just a fun piece. He bored through it, did it pretty quick, and I think he built something to remember that's always been an icon on the server. In fact, let's just run over to it right now. So, yeah. And so we had Trunks, who was one of the first server guys, one of the first guys that came on and started playing with us, and he made his keep. So he has this great underground area up here. If we just take a quick look to we've got all these great towers. There's a lot more Trunks could have done with it, but I mean, he's in school, so when school called, he got busy, and so he finished as much as he could in here, did some great structures in here, a lot of neat houses, created an area where we could do shops and stuff. So this is our first little shopping area, and I thought it turned out really great. And so that's where it all began, was this area right here with my 2 beginner houses, Trunks' big castle over there. Now, I believe the next big project that I worked on is actually right inside the huge volcano structure that we've got built up here, and that is my mob farm. That is like the first mega thing that I built, was this mob farm down here, because I needed something that was going to give us plenty of stuff. So we have up here the top of the mob farm, in which it's still rotating and doing the flush system to go ahead and kick the mobs off. And then, I think it's like right over here. We can go ahead and take a dive down. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And so it's still, even after the first part of the server, still running strong and getting us plenty of mobs all the time, every day, with all the good things that those mobs bring us, which is, bows, arrows, everything. We have this great collection system. So that was like one of the first big projects, and it's still working great. Now, after that, I believe you know, I started doing a lot of things. Like I started my my one chunk mines, or should I say farming system. So if we follow the path as it comes down into here, and then I also started building my forest. But over here, before that, I had this hill up here, and so at the top of this hill, which we didn't have this great staircase up to my tower, at the top of this hill, we had just basically your basic wheat farm. And we did some good things with this farm early on. You know, let's go take a look at it. Well, all right. Got company. There we go. So in here that's our item elevator, which I think pretty much most of the farm's been turned off now just to help reduce lag. But down in here, we have our first wheat farm, which is like the first farm we built up over here. And we spent some time and we went down layer by layer. We did carrots, then below carrots we had our potatoes, then below potatoes we went a little bit further and we built a really crazy melon and pumpkin farm, which if I hadn't turned off, it'd be lagging the server out now as we speak. What happened here? So lots of awesome stuff. I probably forgot to put something there. And then lower, we can also see, let's take a look. Let's see here. Where is the way in? Must be down here. Yep. And then lower down in here, and so the farms are all still hanging here. You know, they were just overproductive. We ended up using them so much, so I had to unlag them, you know. And then down here we have our sugarcane farm, which is still pumping and still doing its job, and our cactus farm, which is still producing plenty of cactus. In fact, never have quite used the full capacity of this farm, so it's just been really fun to watch, you know. In fact, if we stay here long enough, we'll see something shot up and we'll float up to the top, you know, either some sugarcane or some, you know, or some cactus. So those have been just, you know, a couple of fantastic farms which have totally produced exactly what we needed them for. You know, super simple farms to start off with, and was part of my big single chunk farm. So, yep, that's where we went to next, and that gave us food, that gave us supplies, you know, lots of things that we needed. Whoa, where did he come? You know, I swear there's a dark spot in there. Good thing I caught him before he caught me. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the things we did. So we built the Great Eye, and the Great Eye has been fantastic. It's a really neat project. So that first floor down there, that was a storage system that we had for all of our farms below that. And then we have our big here's our potion brewing area that we built on the second floor of this place, and we have a little hole in here so we can launch ourselves out and get out pretty quick. This was a fun project to do. So if we needed potions, we could easily get up there. Then over here on this level, I was thinking about doing storage. So for right now, we got a whole bunch of our books. I believe Kimberly Smashford started bringing extra books and stuff over here, you know, because this is going to be a big enchanting room. Didn't quite get to it, though. But that's okay. Sometimes you can get to it. Here was our cocoa bean farm, and we put this here because this is like just a good, easy place to have it, you know. And I believe that's as far as I got for floor designs. You know, this last floor up here, we went ahead and took one of our many beacons and we put it up here so that we had a beacon coming right out of our eye up here on top, and we made this really cool kind of like Soren-ish type of eye out of green glass and some concrete powder and black stuff, and I thought it was just a really fun project to do, and it really helped highlighted some of the things that we wanted to do. We want to do some really big major projects. About that time, a little bit after that, we had a guy named Splinter join the server, and he created, well, Hunter was his partner, but I think Splinter ended up doing most of the work, and he created his big Valhalla up here. I know they had more plans to do, like he still had a couple towers to build up with this thing, you know, still had some detail work to do, got a lot of the inside done, did some great redstone for his gate. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Let's check out his gate. Still work? There it goes. Gate comes down, and you click it, and boom, the gate goes back up. Great job, Splinter. You know, he got himself some basic stuff happening. Looks like he was getting ready to work on probably a melon farm of some sort. I remember I took a job from him, and I transported his basic sets of animals up here, so we could make these basic animal farms up here. That's what those basically are. Really, really great thing. He has a standard chicken cooker. Seems like almost everybody has a chicken cooker nowadays, right? And he has his main hall here. Notice he did kind of like the Viking crosshatch things at the beginning. And here it looks like, what do we got here? Yep, get himself a little 3x3 door, which is pretty awesome. Hunter really liked building the redstone. Splinter really liked building the redstone stuff. Hunter got too busy to play. You know, then he can check some other stuff out. Here's some of his original farm stuff and storage area. You know, I guess that's where he kept his chorus fruit in there. Very cool. And if we take another big gander over here, I believe... Yep, this is his enchanting station. That's where he put his portal. You know, we kind of did a little custom portal design on there. Basically, you know, reworked a library out of, you know, taking some. Looks like he was taking some inspiration from a fortress and everything. So that's really, really cool. So he has all that up here. You know, of course, he made this great hall. You know. He called it Valhalla. You know, he's got all his stuff scattered around here. Has his big forge over here, decorated with a bunch of melons and pumpkins and everything, or a fireplace, however you want to look at it. Very, very cool. You know, lots of neat stuff in here. And, you know, he didn't totally finish it. You know, I bet you'll be the first one to say it. But he got quite a bit done while he was here, you know. Got his ladders done. And this is a pretty ambitious build. You know, it takes a lot to finish one of these things, as I can attest to. But I thought he did great. You know, even though he didn't quite get to it all. I thought it was a neat build. It was really ambitious. I'm sure if Hunter was helping more, we probably would have seen some more come out. I think the last couple of things he did is he got that really cool forge they put off there on the island. He was going to have a whole city down here. He got this neat cactus farm that he built up right here. And I believe he was just in the process of getting to put another thing on there. And I should have helped him out with a beacon, because I had some extra beacons. Now you'll see these yellow and black things. These are part of the Elytra course, which was great, but it was so hard to use. I think I died 5 or 6 times just trying to run my own course. Yeah, it was pretty neat. It goes all the way around everything, you know. It goes through my forest, past all that, goes out into the sea, and goes up around there. And so that's it. Now, we made a lot of farms. Other farms we made in the course of this series is we made a Guardian farm. There's our Iron farm right there, which in 1.14, this is not going to work anymore. So we've got to come up with another solution. And that I'll be looking for a lot of advice and taking on a lot of inspiration from some other professional Minecrafters to try to come up with an iron farm that's going to work for us. But it looks like that's going to have to change. But that's our iron farm right here next to our mob farm, which worked out really, really well. Over here, we have 8-Bit Kid, one of the players that probably spent the most time on the server besides myself. This is her starter house. Really great. She got herself a little hot tub going on there. I mean, just lots of character. You know, there's some of her maps and everything. That's her big base that she was building on. That's actually changed quite a bit since she's updated the maps on that. That's kind of funny, you know. So that's pretty cool. And if you just walk around in here, there's just lots of neat things in this great. It's just a great little starter house, and it doesn't even look star. It looks pro. You know, I mean, just all the different. Wow, she's leaving diamonds sitting around too. Amazing. Lots of neat things here in this starter house. I like how she used all the different types of wood to help give character and texture through the place. Got the vines going. Used trees and bushes here. She had to like go digging up that stuff, you know. And then downstairs she had her first major storage zone. You know, she had the animals on the bottom floor. And here you go. 8-Bit Kid. This is where she started and where she first did everything. She has her first mine down there. her first branch mine. Well, not her first one, her second one, really. I mean, I could show you her original hobbit hole, but I think it's like totally like nothing left there anymore. So this is essentially her really first starter, you know. And so she has all her basic farms in here. I mean, it's just a really great, easy starter place before she went really big. And yeah, heck, you can still see her. Those things are still working. Look at all that sugar cane that's been popping up there, both sides. Awesome stuff. So, 8-Bit Kid, another great server partner who's been with us for a long time. Probably, besides me, the person that's probably spent most of the time on the server itself, building and getting inspiration. And since we're over here, there's that great bridge that I built early on in the season to have the path to the village, because one of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to put my own spin on a village. And you know what? I think we did. I think I was extremely successful in putting my own build to the village. I still have my original puppy dog right over there. Who is that again? I forget his name. I haven't been here in such a long time. Puck. Yeah, Puck's over here. And we've got all my iron golems, which spawned here in this village. And who else do we have here? We have Pippin, Puck and Pippin. I think I lost early in the season, I lost a dog to a creeper. That's usually how I lose them. And we have this really prolific village with tons of villagers and trades going on. We have, I think, a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 iron golems in this village that end up spawning. I'm sorry, 8. 8. I'm sorry, 9. 9 total iron golems in this village. So, I mean, just one heck of a great village. So we built all these custom houses. Of course, the Mojang went a totally different direction, but I still think, we kept in the theme of the Savannah Village when we built this place. Really, really cool. Made a neat bridge because we wanted to increase the lore that we had other villages that we were trading with, and we were doing a lot of river trading. Never did get to a second village because I believe just ran out of time. Made this really great wall around the village so we could separate and protect it from all the things that were dark. Made a couple of dock areas, had this great little sailboat for going up and down the river, and also made a trading hall that unfortunately never got around to populating and getting my villagers all set in there. So maybe next season we can. Well, actually, the trade thing changes a lot with the villagers. So locking villagers up in little trading posts and everything, no longer a good thing to do anymore, because the villagers have to have a little bit of freedom to be able to refresh their trades now. But made this, this trading hall, which I thought was a nice structure. When you go all the way up, excuse me, guys. When you go all the way, you get a really good look of everything, And I always thought this was one of the neater things that we built early on in the season to try to take advantage of this area. There's the ladder, And I thought the design worked really well. Took advantage of these great acacia logs and what they could do when we matched them up with some red sandstone. And I thought we got a really good look out of the whole thing. The village itself, I think, turned out really great, for doing a custom design village, taking the elements that were already in there and then enhancing them and adding an additional look to it to help it become more of its own thing. So you can still see from here, you can see where the river areas have there. We have the classic carpet trick keeping the mobs out there. And you know what? To further the lore on, we also created a little trader cart system right out here. So right over here. Whoa, it's still pretty hot over here. Okay. So we got these 2 carts. Let's go ahead and get rid of all those guys. Yeah. There are monsters right by. They all dying? No. Okay, anyway, so hey, do I have anything here? Look, I do. I have clay and stuff. Wow. Very nice. Okay. Well, anyway, so we have some traders that go from village to village. And what they do is they go out, and when they stop at a village, they stop and they sit around the village. And so that's what we got right here. Is we made 2 of these carts. I was going to make a third one, just didn't get to it. But they have their own banner from the village that they come from. Just never did get around to showing off that new village or working on that new village. But I thought these little trading carts add a lot of neat storyline to the village, and they're pretty cool. They even have all their horses corralled until they get ready to stack up and go up to the next place. So pretty cool. Pretty neat place. And what do we name these guys? I think we got all these guys named. We have Salty. Yeah, there's Salty. And Hail and Lightning. I think there was a storm thing and thunder. Yeah. So There we go. Very cool. Now, let's go ahead and check out a few more things on the server before we're done. Now, right over here, 8-Bit Kid made her end base, and she went through a couple of phases with that. So, notice she has her wood farms right here on the side, and then she has this massive flaming skull here on the top, and a village that's pretty much 2/3 of the way done in here. So she made her own village. Notice if we stop and look around, we should still find some village. I'm pretty sure she got some villagers in here at one point. Okay, she got a lot of golems. Maybe not oh yeah, there's a village. They're all hiding out. Okay, yeah, there they are. So she's done quite a bit. We got beacons around the area, so we've got speed going on, so we can bounce around. She has all her horses armored up over here. Very, very cool. She used lots of neat things like terracotta and stuff to design the area. She has, she went with the basic animal farms, like we saw over there in Valhalla. That seems pretty new. I don't remember those being there. She squared off the whole thing. And then if you walk in here, I like her building design. It's always really nice. She uses the cracked bricks to give some texture and design. She made her own banners for her village, which is really cool. In here, you'll notice that she went ahead and did storage areas in all of her corners, so you can basically get what you need. She has it all labeled. She's very organized. That's one of the neat things about 8-Bit Kids. Super organized. If we follow this down around here, there we go. There's the speed. Nice. You'll notice she has another area with her portal, and again, more storage for that type of stuff. Potions. I think she was still in the process of renovating this place from her original design. And yeah, because now it's like squared out over here. Look, she has her head collection there. She has a lot of fun heads. I think I ended up picking... Ooh, she even got herself an Endermite one. Yeah, I remember when she got that. Very cool, Animal heads. I just didn't kill a lot of animals for animal heads. And then over here... this is the main entrance. She paid Splinter to go ahead and open up the gates and close the gates. He did a great job on that. And then I believe, is there anything else she has down over here? I think she has more storage. Oh yeah, and over here, she had a wildly successful, what do you call that? Kelp farm. And so the kelp farm is right out there, and she used a design by a guy named CubFan135. who built this, and so her auto smelter basically runs entirely on kelp. Look at that, just tons and tons of kelp blocks. I think she turned it off because she got so much kelp she didn't need any more kelp. And look, like it's just totally full all the way up. So that was like one of her first big farms she made was a kelp farm, and I'll tell you what, that thing just worked itself well. Cool. So 8-Bit, great job. So happy you were part of the... come on, fly. There we go. So happy you were part of the season this year. Now, I believe that's the farthest thing built out that way was 8-Bit's area. And over here you can see some of the latest projects we did. We have our automatic tree farm and our top tree farm, which takes care of all the different types of trees that we need. We decorated that using a sandstone mix. We have one of my favorite projects of the season, which is the slime factory. So when we walk in here, you'll notice right over here, we have our pipe from the depths of the earth in which we get all of our slimes. You walk into the slime factory, you have these really great slime ball shaped looky porches, so you can actually walk around and actually see the farm in action. So for instance, as slime spawn, you can see them spawn and walk to their doom. There's one already. Check it out. Big slime down there. Looks like he's going towards there he is, going towards one of the iron golems. A whole bunch of them there, and it's just producing, so we have a minecart down there that's going to pick those up here in just a little bit, and it's going to shoot them into the factory. And so basically our customized slime services, they're going to take those slime balls up, they're going to shoot up here, and they're going to go through the pipes, and the pipes are going to condition the slime balls so we get maximum amount of stickiness and maximum amount of bounce form. So basically there they go, just already flying through here, and they just basically work their way through the system until they come to this final curve. And if we stay here for a second, I bet you we'll see a couple just stream past. Okay, and they'll just fly through this curve. Yeah? Yeah, I wasn't watching. That's okay. We'll get some more until they come all the way down here and fill in here. And this thing has just been quite prolific since we started this. We have tons and tons of slime, more slime than I've had a chance to even get it to a point of using. So this has just been one neat project. Up here, we didn't quite get to it, but we still need to build some offices in here, like a big mating area. I need to get all of our storage out of this area. We have one of our nether portals, which gets us, you know, back to downstairs and everything. So just a neat place. There, of course, right up here we have our ravine, in which we were getting ready to build a village in there, but didn't quite get to it. And we have the place where we're going to put the dragon statue. Just one of the many projects we didn't quite get to. So let's go ahead and take a look at a couple more things here. Now, one of the things, we had a guy named Diem who was playing with us, and Diem decided he wanted to do a lot of things with the desert area over here. So one of the first things he did is he went ahead and he filled in this like concaved part of this desert, put a dam over it, and gave us this lake. Now, he got pretty busy with school and everything, and so we lost him for a few weeks. And so what ended up happening with him not being able to play is I took over a lot of the area at that point. Let me get some more rockets out. There we go. So we'll just go ahead and put some rockets in there. And ooh, we don't want those anyways. There we go. Put that in there anyways. And so what I started looking over there is we started one of the next big areas, which was what we would call a gaming district. So I said, well, we should have a racetrack for the gaming district so we can have races. And so basically what I did is I went ahead and measured this big oval, did a huge racetrack around the big indoor lake, which was really, really cool. Diem wanted to do shops here, but we already had a shop place. So when I decided to go with the racetrack, I thought, now that we don't have a gaming area. So that's where the inspiration for the big gaming area came from. Now, after that, we went ahead and built the stables here, which turned out really fabulous. So we have these great stables. We have lots of horses all ready to go through with racing. We could have gotten more in here, but just got busy. We got a great grandstand, and we even got the luxury hotel and the betting place. We even got this countdown right here for the horse racing. And I think something broke in there, and I just haven't had a chance to get Splinter or to go look and see and try to figure out what broke. But it used to be it'd all light up and count down from 3, 2, 1, and boom, we were off to the races. Now, the video started getting a little long, so I'm going to cut through a few quick things and just say, guys, thank you so much for the season. We had an awesome time playing with everyone. Right now, I think I've narrowed the seeds down to the final seed that I think I want to go with. And so next time you see us, it's going to be a brand new season. It's going to be 1.14. We're going to start playing in the pre-releases. Pre-releases are starting to look pretty good, and I'm super, super excited. So if you're a player and you haven't re-upped with me to continue playing on KimiseCraft, go ahead and catch me on Discord, or at least shoot me an email so I can get back to you, because I'm not always on Discord, and that way I can give you the details of what's going on. Last few projects that we did, we worked on this great shopping area for the resort, and I think this turned out great. We made a couple of great bridges, created our docks. We did a couple of warehouse buildings. Only didn't finish this one. We didn't quite fill it up yet, but we have one in which we would store wood that would come in from the ships, and in this one we created our automatic storage system, which has just been great, which has shulkers as well as regular chests to help us keep track of everything. This was a rebuild of Diem's. 8-Bit Kid came in here and redid the lighthouse, and it turned out okay, and so that's been very, very cool. And then over here, I made my first attempt at a ship, which is the Clipper ship over here. And I thought it turned out pretty great. There's lots more things we could do with it. Add a few cannons to it, and maybe set up a crane here at the docks. But for the first ship I ever built, I thought it was a really, really good start. I still had a lot of things I could have done down here and around the ship hold. But I thought it was a great learning experience, and that really propelled me on to creating the warship, which is where I've been working probably for the last 3 or 4 episodes. And check it out. We have this great warship, which we toured last time, and unfortunately, I'm probably not going to get a chance to finish it because, just more to do than I can handle right now. And honestly, I'm just pretty excited to start a new world. I'm pretty excited to start a new adventure with friends. One of the last things I did as well was the Citadel up here, which was the castle on the mountain. And I learned a lot from doing this. I learned a lot about, scaling and how I would do things differently next time. I think this one turned out really good for what it is. It's a really neat place. I might have done the buildings a little bit smaller to change the scale up a little bit. But overall, I can't complain about what we got here because I think, it was just so much fun to work on, so much fun to work with the others who are on KimiseCraft this season as well. So I'm pretty excited. My channel's coming up on its 1-year anniversary in June, and for everybody that started watching me back then or have picked me up throughout the seasons, I am so excited to say thanks again, because this channel wouldn't be here if I didn't have anybody watching it, and if I didn't have people to talk to and to interface back and forth with, it wouldn't nearly be as much fun as it is. And hopefully you guys have had fun just listening to me, reminisce about some of the projects we've done and some of the things I've shown you guys over the episodes. And yeah, I haven't gotten to the Nether where we have that great blaze farm that I built early on in the season, or the lots of staircases in here, or that Guardian farm, which killed me more than any farm ever. It was the farm that kept on giving, but it did give me lots of cool stuff. I'll tell you what, these sea lanterns, absolutely fantastic. But it's all going to change next season. Here in a few days with 1.14, because we got new lighting blocks, and that's going to be so awesome. So, check it out. KimiseCraft right there. Thanks 8-Bit for putting that in there in the lawn there. I'm super excited. I hope you guys will continue with us in the journey as we continue to play here on the KimiseCraft server. I hope that you guys will re-up. I hope that some of you who are builders who want to play some KimiseCraft will go ahead and shoot me some email using the email in the description and show me some of your builds and stuff so that I can possibly add you to the list and you can be part of the experience, and we can do something even more magnificent than what we were able to do this last year here in 1.13. Lots of super exciting things, and I know we can do a lot more, and I know it can be even more exciting than this. So I'm going to have this world set up as a download on the website. There'll be a link in the description as soon as I get it all up and going, and I really do appreciate everybody who's checked it out. So hit a like, hit subscribe, and coming soon, really quick, is going to be Season 2 of KimiseCraft, the 1.14 experience. We'll be starting off on the new pre-release, and that's the biggest exciting thing that I got this week, was that Minecraft 1.14 was going into pre-release mode. And pre-releases, to me, that's good enough to get going. So once again, this is Kimise saying thanks a lot. Hopefully you guys have a great day, and thank you for joining the adventure on KimiseCraft. Bye-bye.